Mr. Speaker, and I certainly appreciate the Minister of Transport for her speech here today. First of all, she did mention interprovincial trucking, yet the bill has nothing to do with interprovincial trucking. I'd like her to maybe account for whether or not she's prepared to show some leadership in that area. But more than that, she's talked about consensus. And Mr. Speaker, essentially, the Prime Minister has given a veto to every provincial premier. That means this bill will enshrine 13 different economies by giving each provincial premier a veto. Would the minister please tell us to explain why the contradiction? You can't have one national economy if you have 13 different decision makers when it comes to getting big projects built.
The Honourable Minister of Transport and Internal Trade.
Well, Mr. Speaker, let me begin by recognizing, as I did before the Senate today, the really pioneering work that the member for Okanagan has done on this issue. I think all of us remember, who could forget, his slogan of freeing the beer. He was ahead of his time. I have emphasized that this is not a partisan bill. This is about work that I believe all Canadians can support. We're very lucky. There is a window right now to get this work done, and I'm really grateful to the members opposite for supporting it. I also want to address the issue of trucking. Trucking is absolutely essential. It is essential to make it easier to drive trucks across the country. That's why I mentioned it in my opening remarks. We're going to have a trucking hackathon at
Questions and comments? The member for Abitibi-Témiscamingue. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, I have a question for the minister with respect to this bill. In a way, it's almost a threat of war against First Nations. I went to the Senate earlier today so as not to hear the national chief, who actually was discussing the importance of respecting UNDRIP, the importance to consult ahead of time, and that was literally botched here. There was no free, informed prior consent from First Nations. Does the minister commit to responding to the Grand Chief's request, that is, to have these discussions with Indigenous people? She asked for that to happen in the summer and the fall. She's asking for an answer from the minister. The Honourable Minister, thank you for the question. In the legislation, we are clear that we will be working closely with Indigenous people, with First Nations, with the Inuit, with the Métis. We have 5 criteria to determine if a project is important. One of these is that it has to advance the interest of Indigenous people. I would also like to point out that we've announced that we will be funding almost $20 million per year for these consultations that are so essential with Indigenous people. And I also want to stress the importance of $10 billion for the participation of Indigenous people.
House Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to take the opportunity to thank the Honourable Minister for her speech and all the work that she's doing to make sure that we actually honor the mandate that Canadians sent us to this House to do. Earlier in this House, I heard a lot of questions around the government is moving too fast, or what are the actual benefits of removing these internal barrier trades, and are they actually going to have an impact on jobs within communities across Canada? Maybe the member can answer on that question. Thank you.
The Honourable Minister of Transport, about 35 seconds.
Okay, great question. Up to $200 billion. Our internal trade barriers are effectively a 7% tariff that we impose on ourselves. Think about how much national focus there is on tariffs being imposed on us by other countries, and yet we impose a 7% tariff on each other. Let's trust each other. Let's seize this opportunity. Let's help ourselves and help each other.